the pyro. A mercenary who is surrounded by mystery. Or not? Hey guys, my name is Malatos and in this video I want to share with you my vision of the pyro as a person who may need. Okay, so firstly, let's just clarify exactly what is a pyro. Well, he is the only class in Team Fortress 2 who can inflict dot mechanics. So basically, his dots are the fact that he burns the enemy with his flamethrower and he finishes them off with his second of choice or with his melee weapon eventually. But his dot mechanic is the fact that his flamethrower will ignite the enemies and they will burn for a certain amount of time and takes a certain amount of damage due to this. So apart from that, the pyro also has another tool in its arsenal of abilities, which is the air blast. It can be used for three main reasons. The first one will be to repel the enemy away if the pyro found himself in a bad situation. The second one will be to extinguish his teammate, which also heals the pyro for a certain amount of heal, and you can just save your teammate by doing this. So please, just don't be someone who hates your team and just extinguish them if you see them on fire. It will just cost 20 ammo, so please do it. And for the third one, you will be able to reflect enemy projectiles that may come in your way with this. So by this I mean the crossbow arrow, the huntsman arrow, the rockets and the demo stickies. The air blast is probably his most powerful and useful ability that he has. Of course, the pyro has another tools up his sleeve that he can use in game. He has a variety of flamethrower, shotgun, melee weapon and other things that offer with different ways to play. For the flamethrower, you can choose from the stock flamethrower to phlogiston. A flamethrower that threats you of the air blast mechanic for 8 seconds of crit every time you do a certain amount of fire damage. You can also go for the back burner. A flamethrower similar to the stock one that increases the consumption of using the air blast for guaranteed crits from behind an enemy player. On the other hand, if you prefer to play a combo-like playstyle, go for the decreaser. This flamethrower increases your start speed, so basically you will switch faster between your weapon and will be able to perform your combo better. There is also the Dragon Fury, a flamethrower that shoots literal fireballs, making it the best out of all flamethrowers damage-wise if you can lace your shot consistently. While they are all viable in their own way, some tends to be more useful in more situations than others. So I suggest you try them all out and see which one suits your playstyle the best. So for the secondary weapon, you have three different types of shotguns that make him even more useful in close range fights. The first one will be the stock, so nothing much to say about it, I mean not downgrade or upgrade on it. The second one will be the panic attack, a hit or miss weapon. Basically it's just that, a hit or miss weapon. If you hit your mid-shot with it, you're good. If you miss, you're dead. The third one will be the laser shooter, and it's a weapon where we focus on air blasting the enemy in the air and swapping to the laser shooter to hitting them while they are in the air to do some mini crit damage. The second type of secondaries are the flare gun. They are basically weapons that modify the range penalty the pyro have and make him more viable from short range to long range. The first one will be the flare gun, who basically is a weapon who will light the enemy on fire if you hit him, and if the enemy is already on fire you will be able to do a crit hit, who will usually do 90 damage, which is very good. The second one will be the Scorch Shot, and it's a weapon quite broken, so I go pretty fast on it. So it allows you to have faster projectiles, you are able to do splash damage, so you don't really have to hit the enemy directly. You will be able to do mini crits damage if the enemy is on fire. You will have a stun knock mechanic applied on the enemy if you hit him directly. and if you hit the enemy directly too, you will be able to have a double bounce mechanic. So basically, you hit him once, it light him on fire, he stun knock, and when it fall on the road, it explodes, and you are able to reset the afterburn plus doing a mini crit damage. The third one will be the detonator. So it's a tool who allows the pyro to jump by doing some shooting at his feet. It's kinda like the rocket jumping, honestly. For the melee weapons, the most useful ones are the power check. Melee weapons that specialize in utility are consuming slightly weaker while actively using it, but it gives you a boost speed. And the second one will be the extinguisher, a melee weapon that inhibits burning enemy players when hits and removes burning on the enemy. There are also melee weapons the pyro has, but these two are the ones most people tend to go towards when playing normally. Now that we have briefly gone over what the pyro is and what his toolset is, let's address a commonly asked question about him. Is the pyro an easy class to play? Yes. But don't get me wrong, being an easy class to play doesn't mean he is easy to master. And trust me, the skill ceiling for the pyro is very high. You have to understand a lot of things to put into good use without dying every 5 seconds. Okay, so now about the WM1 pyro.
Hello, I'm Billy. I'm just here to say that running in a straight line while holding M1 doesn't take skill. You suck!
Okay, Billy. Yes, running at the enemy while holding M1 sucks. I get it. Obviously, challenging the enemy team alone while holding M1 is dumb and not something that's going to always work out, but it's the first step for every new pyro player that they have to take in order to learn how to actually play spells correctly. It's not like every pyro player uses the W1 tactic. Some like to use the M2.
Spamming M2 every time you see a player is annoying. You use a weapon hack. You suck!
Again, Billy, it's not my fault if using projectiles as a good choice of weapon when attacking a class which is designed to be best them. And of course, the pyro is definitely going to blast an enemy away if they show up right in their face. You don't want to get instantly killed, you know?
Ha! What about the scotch of spamming shit? That's annoying and doesn't require skill too. You noob! You just spam!
Billy, if you are a sniper and you are annoyed by the flame from the scotch shot, then use the Winston shield. It's here for a reason. And while it is easier to use and spam at people, it's still a weapon that requires good enough aim to use. So if you get directly shot with a scotch shot, don't always think someone just spam it and manage to get you out of all people. Maybe he's just got a good aim and he's able to hit his scotch shot directly. Okay, so now that Billy is out of arguments, let's explain how pyro can be OP in good hands. As I said earlier, the pyro is a class that needs to get a good response signal in order to be useful. You need to read the situation once through quickly enough to see if it's good or not for you to participate in the fight. You know, maybe you could be more useful by helping out your engineer with a worker and dealing with the spies, instead of helping that scout you sold to the sewers. And from my point of view, with more than 600 hours as a pyro, I think instead of being another class like is suggested to me, it'd be a lot better if you was treated as a defensive and support class more often. Your main role is to help your team as a pyro. You can turn a fight from a guaranteed loss to a guaranteed win by doing all kinds of things like doing sweepers, extinguishing license with traps, repairing projectiles. You can do a lot of things. What I'm trying to say is that yes, the pyro can be easy to play, but that doesn't mean it's easy to get good at it, especially when you are trying to play really aggressively. While it is fun to get kills and stuff, helping your team out is much more beneficial for everyone in it, including you. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.